Hi, everybody. I wanted to go over our MLA formatting that we talked about in class. I'm going to have you open up a Google Doc and make a template that you can use and find in your drive whenever you're asked to write a paper in MLA format. To get to a Google Doc, you open a new tab, click your waffle, click on Google Docs. And then once you do that, down where my face is, there will be a circle with a plus sign in it, and you'll click that to make a new document. I'm not doing that now because I can't show you student work that would pop up if I clicked that. So what I've done is I've already opened a new doc, and we're going to title it MLA Format Template. A template is something that you can use to where it's already all formatted, and then copy and paste it and use it multiple times, so you don't have to redo the formatting and everything. But for MLA, which stands for Modern Language Association formatting, you need to have Times New Roman font. So up here, if you hover, it says font. It's automatically set to Arial for me, but click the drop down menu. And you can see recently I used Times New Roman font, which is what we need. If it doesn't show up in your recents, your fonts are listed in alphabetical order. You'll scroll down until you find Times New Roman to set the document to that font. You also need to have 12 point for your font size. And again, you can either click the drop down or you can just type into this box to change the font size. For line spacing, your MLA paper needs to be double spaced. You do that by clicking, there's these 3 lines with arrows going horizontal or vertically up and down. It says line spacing. If you hover, click on it and click double. Okay. Then the first, for some reason it didn't go to 12. Fix that. Okay. The first thing that you need to include is your name. And the second thing that you need to have is your teacher's name. So here you would put whatever your teacher's name is. Maybe it's me. And then the next thing that you need to include is the course or class name. So let's say English 9. Whatever the class name is. And the last thing that you include is the due date, which can be easily found in Google Classroom. So I'm going to open up Google Classroom and show you where you can find the due date for something. Click classwork. And under your assignments, all of them say the due date over here to the right in gray. So usually with MLA, we wouldn't like list things, like we wouldn't say this part of it, teacher's name, we would just type it. I'm typing it here to show you that that's where it goes. And then the due date we'll say is October 9th, 20. Okay. So I'm going to delete these. Just use these for examples. So that's what it should look like once you type it up with the appropriate information. From there, you're going to need a title for your paper. So what you need to do is you need to center align that title, and you don't want to tab or space bar a whole bunch of times. You want to just click this center alignment so that your cursor hops into the middle of the page. Okay, so this is where the title of your paper will be. And you can do a creative title that has to do with your paper, or you can do just like the assignment name. So let's say it's Secret Life of Bees essay, and that will be your title. After you have entered your title, enter just one time and move your alignment back to the left. We don't want a whole bunch of spaces here. A lot of kids, they want to put a bunch of spaces like this for some reason, but we don't want to do that. Okay. You always want to indent for your paragraph, so you don't space a whole bunch of times over. You look for where it says tab on your keyboard. It's above the shift and the caps lock keys on the left side of your keyboard. Click tab, and that will indent your paper. And, as usual, you'll start with an interesting anecdote or story or fact or quote or something to get your reader's attention. If I don't feel like typing, I can voice type. Bees are a very unique animal. Oh, I gotta click it, sorry. Bees are a very unique animal, period. They dance out coordinates so that other bees know where to find food and water, period. And then you would go on and, keep writing about, including the title of the work that you're writing about and the author's name, and fill this out until you have a full introductory paragraph. And then to start your next paragraph, you'll click enter and tab again. And you can type, or you can use voice type and type up your essay this way, period. And then, keep on entering. When you're finished with your next paragraph, enter, tab, start a new one. So that's the spacing and what it should look like. So what you should have at the end of all of it is just like a bunch of really beautiful, well thought out paragraphs, probably 5 or so of them. This is all registered as a word, so it looks crazy. Okay, so that's the basics. Then for your works cited page in Google Docs, you have a really nice tool under add-ons. And a works cited page is the same thing as a bibliography, where you are documenting the sources that you used for information in writing your paper. So for add-ons, I'll click that. I'll click EasyBib Bibliography Creator and click Manage Bibliography. Okay. It will give you an option what kind of source you're citing, whether it's a book or a journal article or a website. And let's say I've quoted something from the book that we're writing about, The Secret Life of Bees. So I need to include that in my sources. I can search it, and then I can look through the list that it gives me. Sukit, this is just a newspaper article. It's probably the first one, but I'm just going to add her name just to be sure. The author's name. Okay, so I'm going to assume that it is this one, and let's say that's the correct source. I'll select it, and you can see it's created this entry automatically for me for my works cited page. Now let's say I gathered this fact about bees dancing out coordinates from a website. So I can go to website for the type of source I'm entering. And let's say it was this site. What I can do is I can copy that URL and I can paste it here, search it. Okay, and there it is, Bees Fun Facts Science Learning Hub. I'll select this. A lot of the times you're asked to include at least 5 sources in your works cited page. You can see I now have 2 of them, but I'm going to show you what it looks like when you've finished your bibliography. When you've finished including all of the sources that you used in your paper, you'll click Add Bibliography to Doc. Okay, and you'll see I have my works cited page now. What I need to do is make sure this works cited page is a page of its own at the end of my essay or assignment. So I'm going to click out of this. And I'm going to move my cursor right to the beginning of the works cited page. I'm going to click Insert, Break, Page Break, so that this is its own page at the very end. All right, I hope that helps with MLA formatting.